Hey everybody, I'm Holly, aka the ScientoloGeek, and welcome to the 29th episode of Going Over the Data series. I don't have much to say in this introduction. I am going to be working on that interview, editing it down, rendering it, and then putting it up on YouTube, hopefully within the next few days. But it went well, I'm happy we did it, and hopefully there can be more between me and this person. This is a 5-page policy, so it's going to extend into 2 videos. We're going to get about 3 pages done today. We're going to end off at a section called debugging, where we're going to learn how to fix a program step that is stuck. For those of you who don't know, I've taken up Mark Headley's birthday game challenge. He hadn't sent the challenge out to anybody, but I decided I'd take it. The goal is to beat Scientology's subscriber count by March 13th, which is the day of Scientology's big birthday game event, where the whole point of it is to get your stats to be the highest. Not in terms of value, but in terms of percentage change. So let's get those stats up. Subscribe, like, comment, hit the notification bell, share with your friends, your family, show how crazy Scientology doctrine is. And without any further ado, let's get started. So we are at the HCO policy letter of the 29th of February, 1972, issue number 2, revised the 3rd of November, 1990, called Handling Policy, Plans, Programs, Projects, and Orders Defined.
The words policy, plans, programs, projects, and orders are often used interchangeably, one for the other incorrectly. To handle any confusions on the words and substance of policy, plans, programs, projects, and orders, the following descriptive definitions, see Scientology Logic 5, are laid down for our use.
Now we'll cover the logics in a later date. So we're going to learn some word clearing today.
Policy. By this is meant long-range truths or facts which are not subject to change, expressed as operational rules or guides.
Meaning they're infallible and can't be touched. And if you do, that's squirreling and you're either out tech or you're off policy. But can't change it, even if the change would be beneficial.
Plans. Short-range, broad intentions as to the contemplated actions envisaged for the handling of a broad area to remedy it or expand it, or to obstruct or impede in opposition to expansion. A plan is usually based on observation of potentials or resources and expresses a bright idea of how to use them. It always proceeds from a real why if it's to be successful. Program. A series of steps in sequence to carry out a plan. One usually sees a program following the discovery of a why, but in actual fact a plan had to exist in the person's mind, whether written or not, before a program could be written. A program, thus, carries out the plan conceived to handle a found why. A plan and its program require authorization or OK from the central or coordinating authority of the general activities of a group before they can be invested in, activated, or executed. Projects. The sequence of steps written to carry out one step of a program. Project orders often have to be written to execute a program step. These should be written, but usually do not require any approval and often are not generally issued, but go to the person or persons who will accomplish that step of a program. Under the category of project would come orders, work projects, etc. These are a series of guiding steps which, if followed, will result in a full and successful accomplishment of the program target. Orders. The verbal or written direction from a lower or designated authority to carry out a program step or apply the general policy. In short, policy equals the rules of the game, the facts of life, the discovered truths, and the invariable procedures. Plan equals the general bright idea one has to remedy the why found and get things up to the ideal scene or improve even that. Approval is needed. Program equals the sequence of major actions needed to do the plan, needs approval. Project equals the sequence of steps necessary to carry out one step in a program, no approval needed. Orders. Some program steps are so simple that they are themselves an order, or an order can simply be a roughly written project. Thus, by these definitions, a data analysis would look like this. Policy. What brings the evaluation into existence in the first place? Situation. Departure from or improvement of the ideal scene expressed in policy. Data. Observations leading to investigation. Statistics. The independent continuing survey of production or lack of it. Why, the real reason found by the investigation. Ethics why, the ethics reason found below a why.
I'm kind of curious to see what that would look like.
Ideal scene, the state of affairs envisioned by policy or the improvement of even that. Handling, a plan, whether written in full or not, based on the whys to use the resources available to move the existing scene towards the ideal scene. A program, a sequence of broad steps to get the plan executed. Projects, any sequence of steps ordered or written to get a program step completed. Orders, the program step itself or the verbal or written project to get the program step fully done. Thus, a handling could look like this. Handling, plan, to use Bob Bartlett to replace the incompetent exec found in the Y. Number 1, find a replacement for Bartlett.
And then signed by the personnel.
Number 2, program Bob Bartlett to get his incomplete cycles caught up.
That's the Director of Personnel Enhancement signature.
Number 3, train Bob Bartlett.
The Director of Training signs this.
Number 4, write garrison mission orders for Bartlett.
This comes from the action mission writer. Now, a garrison mission, from what I've gathered, is when a Sea Org member or staff of some kind is on a specific mission for an extended period of time. So, like, if they were to relieve somebody and then switch to a different org or switch to whatever. So you'd have someone from, say, for example, Flag, and they might get transferred over to the Ideal org in Buffalo. And if they stay there for an extended period of time with not a necessarily close time of coming home, that's a garrison mission. It's a long-term mission.
Number 5, write recall orders for G Zonk, the incompetent found in the Y.
Then personnel signature.
Number 6, send Bartlett to relieve Zonk.
Action signature. Are these even signatures?
Number 7, on Zonk's return, assign to bilge cleaner.
Personnel.
This, of course, is a very simple plan and simple program. The orders are seen as personnel, director of personnel enhancement, action mission writer, etc. at the paragraph ends. The program step itself is an order to the person or unit named at program step end, but it also authorizes that person or unit to do the step or issue orders to do the step or even write a project and get it done. That final end word on the program step is an authority as well as being an order to the person or unit named. Roundup. A copy of a full program marked master is placed in a folder. The folder is marked on the edge with the program name and number. The program itself is stapled along its left edge to the inside left cover of the folder. An LRH COM is responsible for LRH programs. A flag rep is responsible for compliance to the org's evaluation. The executive director's or commanding officer's programs ops is responsible for an ED's or CO's programs. The responsibility lies in seeing that each step is fully effectively done. All related papers, copies of projects orders, etc. are collected in that folder, and as each done is reported and investigated as done, it is marked off on the master program sheet. When all those projects or orders bred by the program steps are done, then the program is considered done. One does not report progress, but only dones, and when something is not done yet, it is chased up by the LRH COM, flag rep, or ED/CO's programs ops and debugged.
So we're going to learn about debugging next. There's only a couple pages left, so we'll be able to pick up on this quick, and then the next video will be a bit shorter. So that was kind of a boring one, a lot of terminology and definitions, and to be honest, I'm kind of glad that Hubbard didn't ramble on and on about it, all of these little words, as he tends to do with a ton of examples. We did get one, so we did get to see what a program sheet looks like. I'm glad he did that. If you want access to any of these documents, such as the base orders, flag orders, volumes, any of the miscellaneous materials that I have in my Google Drive folder, feel free to email me at scientologeek@gmail.com, or you can go to the server, link in the description, and on Discord, and then hit me up from there. Get those stats up. Let's get them in affluence if we can. So subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, comment, do what you gotta do. Spread the word, show how crazy Scientology is, and I will talk to all of you later. See ya.